The former speaker has privately told people she's deeply uneasy with Biden staying in. She loves him, but she's ruthlessly practical. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries is one of the most cautious politicians in America, so it's hard to see him making a dramatic move. Pelosi, whose office says she has full confidence in Biden, could play the heavy. Biden respects her iconic stature and knows she pulled miraculous moves to pass the legislative agenda. He would listen reluctantly, but he'd listen to her, a person close to Biden tells us. This information does not get out unless Nancy Pelosi wants it out. In my life, I've never fucking seen someone who is such a establishment figurehead, a bulwark for the Democratic Party, come out and say the top of the ticket, personally, not the best person, and we need to swap him out before it's too late. Then why aren't they organizing more powerfully beyond a whisper campaign if they actually know he's likely to lose and they actually care about not losing? Okay, a couple of reasons. One, Democrats are pussies. Okay, that's just like they don't want to rock the boat. Usually, even in instances where like they don't have a lot to lose, they still don't want to rock the boat. They're cowards. So that's number one. Number two, in this circumstance, the actual calculation is dire. The actual calculation is pretty serious, because if they were to outwardly shit on Biden aggressively, instead of just being like, hey, we love you, you should probably step aside, it would be cool if you did that, and try to communicate to him through the television that he needs to fucking step aside. If they just keep it at that and then Biden listens, then it's perfect. Then they can quietly put together a new person, most likely Kamala Harris, and find a solid VP for Kamala Harris. If they do it loudly, if they proclaim Biden is shit, he's old, and Biden refuses to fucking drop out, then it's chaos. You understand? And the Democrats, the one thing that the Democrats cannot do right now is be chaotic. The major reason why people want to vote for the Democrats, and even they recognize this, is that they are organized. They are a serious party. They are not the weird, sweaty, psychopathic, anti-abortion, anti-democracy party. That is legitimately their number one advantage over the Republicans. Obviously, they can't fuck that up. So it makes sense as to why you are trying to do a quiet whisper campaign behind closed doors and strengthen the ranks against Biden and try to figure out how you can, get Biden out and put a new person in swiftly. Okay? This is a very chaotic moment that the Democrats are trying their very best to basically try to seem as organized as possible. The only issue is Biden is deeply narcissistic, deeply selfish, and refusing to listen to those calls. And dare I say, taking advantage, knowing full well potentially that these guys can't come out and make bold proclamations. So he's just kind of saying, oh, nobody wants me out. What are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. Everybody loves me. Knowing full well that the Democratic Party can't fucking say, get the fuck out of the way. He is stubborn, and he is banking on what the Democratic Party has always banked on, which is that all of these donors and all of the Democrats ultimately will fall in line because they are too fearful of giving a major dub to Donald Trump. So they will shut the fuck up and elect a ham sandwich if that is what is necessary. And that's precisely what he is relying on right now. And information is coming out from the Senate and the House of Representatives Democratic caucus sessions, and it does seem like they're just going to go with Joe. We got a ways to go. Senator Peter Welch from Vermont says of Senate Dems being unified and believing Biden is Dems' best person to beat Trump. Asked what he meant by that, Welch says, I don't have my thoughts put in an orderly process that meets your editorial standards. Chuck Schumer answers all questions 3 at this post-lunch press conference the same way regarding support for Biden staying on as the Dem nominee. I'm with Joe. Here's that video right now.
Are you confident that President Biden has what it takes to win in November and serve the next 4 years?
As I've said before, I'm with Joe.
Senator
yes.
Schumer. Do you expect, based on the differences of opinion in the Democratic Party about the president, his ability to serve for 3 more years, that there might be a challenge at the convention? And if there is there the ability to throw out the virtual nomination?
As I've said before, I'm with Joe.
Latest, President Biden's biggest supporters and skeptics in the Senate remained at odds after a closed-door meeting on Tuesday afternoon. Oh, God. Biden's doctor releases letter amid a report. A Parkinson's specialist visited the White House. This was a big deal yesterday. New York Times did some reporting on it. A Parkinson's specialist, like a neurologist with a specialty in Parkinson's, visited the White House 8 times on 8 different instances and actually had correspondence with Biden's personal physician. This obviously became a matter of importance, especially right now as people are calling into question Biden's mental faculties.
Begin, though, with a defiant President Biden pushing back very forcefully against pressure to drop out of this presidential race. On live TV yesterday, He dared anyone in his party to challenge him for the nomination, and now he is winning some key support from members of Congress. Also this morning, the administration is clarifying why a neurologist made multiple visits to the White House.
Good morning, Gail. And now we have some answers. Late last night, the president's personal physician released this letter stating that a neurologist who has visited the White House repeatedly over the past year was not here to care for President Biden and has been treating patients from time to time in the White House medical unit for the past 12 years. The Biden camp making the case aggressively Monday that it is now time for the party to move on.
Just before the House Democrats Tuesday morning come to Jesus meeting on Biden's path forward, a smaller group of swing district Democrats held what sources described as a despondent gathering with actual tears. Oh my fucking God, dude. I'm telling you right now, for the next, however many months as it is until fucking November, I guess it's like 4. Every single day, you are going to hear how old Biden is and how he is going to, if he does not drop out, and it seems like he's not going to, for the record, because he's very firmly committed to staying in the race, and the rest of the Democrats are going to have to, cave on his wishes because he is God King Emperor. I'm telling you right now, for the next 4 months, this is going to be the only media narrative, unless God Almighty wills it, okay? Since 2016, it's felt like the DNC speedrunning, losing their voter base, but it might just be recency bias. No, this is one of the unique instances where I think the Democratic Party is actively trying to do something about it, but are kind of cooked. The Democratic Party this time around is legitimately trying to do something about it. I've never seen, dude, come on. You don't see high-ranking Democratic Party centrist establishment defenders come out and be like, I love this guy, but he has to drop out. That's crazy. That is unheard of. That did not happen with Hillary Clinton. Obviously, it would not have happened with Hillary Clinton because Hillary Clinton was also defeating Donald Trump at the polls and was not seen as demented. She was just seen as evil, which Democrats don't care about that. But the reality of the matter is right now, you actually have Democrats, establishment Democrats, institutional Democrats, centrist Democrats who love Biden, legitimately love Biden, love his legacy, are absolutely worried about the future of the party.
President Biden made it through Monday without any new Democratic defections and with some key backing from his party's House leader.
I support President Joe Biden and the Democratic ticket.
And from...
That was a weird one, too. I support Joe Biden, President Joe Biden, and the Democratic ticket. I thought that was strange. The way he positioned that, I thought was kind of odd. Because it's why don't you just say you support President Joe Biden and him running, him staying on the ticket. Anyway, he's just playing it safe. You know who's not playing it safe? AOC. Why did AOC endorse him so fast? As soon as Summer Lee was the first out of the squad that was asked about this question, as soon as I saw what she said, I recognized that the progressives are going to stay out of the conversation. They're just gonna be like, yeah, Biden's the candidate. He's the GOAT. It's awesome. I think AOC went above and beyond in her statement. I don't think she should have done that. I don't think she should have gone as far as she did. They're playing politics, but I think that's what and this is pure speculation, but I think that's what they're doing. Because ultimately it's if they're coming out strong, it doesn't mean anything. And it only has the capacity to negatively polarize people against, or negatively polarize people towards fucking defending Biden. But ultimately, I think she does not have the best political instincts in the way that she's playing politics. It's a win-win for her, but I think ultimately she should not have gone above and beyond in the way that she did. Bernie Sanders has been doing that too. I think ultimately this is on the hands of the actual Democrats with institutional power. They are the ones who are trying to fix the situation. This is not AOC or Ilhan Omar's battle. I don't think they see it as their own battle. I think they see it as well, this is your thing, fix it. We're just going to bring the youth vote. We're just going to bring the youth vote come November. That's our job. We're just going to keep pumping that. It doesn't really matter. Trying to prove you're a team player to a team that hates you will always have you looking foolish. I think that's their own calculation. That's my assessment. And I don't like the message that came from AOC. I don't think it was good. I don't think it was smart. I think there's a much better way to stay out of it. Or even if you're going to say I care about the policies, that's what I'm here for. That's the classic Bernie Sanders talk. Anytime there's palace intrigue, Bernie hits that line. It's policy time, baby. I don't give a shit what's going on. Okay. And I think she was trying to do that, and I don't think she did a good job with it. And ultimately, though, my speculation, like I said, is just they're trying to stay out of it. Having said that, who knows what happens at the end of this caucus? It does kind of seem like maybe they're just going to go with Joe. As far as playing politics goes, if Biden stays on the ticket, then she has more access to Biden. in her own personal calculation. She has more access to Biden, not to like do a fucking proletarian revolution, mind you. I'm not saying that at all. Like more access to the Democratic Party's leadership, better committee positions, better way to enact at least some parts of the legislative agenda, that kind of thing. If Biden isn't the top of the ticket, as the Democratic Party's establishment figureheads are demanding he drop out as quietly as possible, as best as they possibly can, then it doesn't matter because she's still a fucking progressive bulwark. So they're gonna, they're not gonna be like, oh, you defended Biden, so we're not giving you shit. But as far as in this moment, like what you're like, you need to understand, you cannot rely on politicians. Like you cannot expect politicians to basically, especially progressive politicians in this moment, while the establishment politicians are the ones who are demanding that Biden step out. Why the fuck would progressive politicians put their name on the board? Why would they put themselves out there? It makes no sense. There is no reason for Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and all these people who have been up Biden's ass non-fucking stop to put their name out there as anti-Biden. There's just no reason for them to do so when Nancy Pelosi is the one doing it.
Profile progressives like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
The matter is closed. He is not leaving this race. He is in this race, and I support him.
It came after Biden himself turned up the heat on Democratic doubters Monday with a defiant appearance by phone on cable news.
If any of these guys don't think I should run against me, go ahead, announce for president. Challenge me at the convention.
He also sent a 2-page letter to congressional Democrats, insisting it's time for this debate over his health to end.
Has the president been treated for Parkinson's? No. Is he being treated for Parkinson's? No, he's not. Is he taking medication for Parkinson's? No.
White House officials initially declined to say Monday why Dr. Kevin Kennard, a neurologist and Parkinson's specialist, had visited the White House 8 times in 8 months.
I am not sharing confirming names from here. It is a security reason.
But late last night, the president's personal doctor revealed that while Dr. Kennard was the neurological specialist that examined Biden for each of his annual physicals, President Biden has not seen a neurologist outside of his annual physical, and that Kennard sees a variety of patients and problems when visiting the White House medical unit.
It's not Parkinson's, it's Alzheimer's. Telling you, I don't think it's Parkinson's, man. I don't think it's Parkinson's, okay? But as I said yesterday, if you are wondering, once again, why the fucking squad is pro-Biden, seemingly outwardly, it's because they do not want to fuck up the bag. They do not want to disturb the process that is taking place. You can say I'm wrong about this. This is my speculation. This is what I think is the smart political move for them, even though AOC's statements on it were not good. AOC's statements on it went above and fucking beyond. She should just not have said that at all. You got Hakeem Jeffries being like, I support President Biden and the Democratic ticket. Why is AOC not just saying that? Why does AOC have to go, Biden, it's done. It's a matter. It's over. Biden is the candidate. I love him. He's great. What would you say that Trump has a good policy and you would like Biden to have that? What out of Trump's policies? Having a thick ass? Pretty much. I think that's it. Like I would like Biden to have a thicker a bottom. That's it. Not really much else. Like if Brandon had a BBL, if Brandon got a BBL to look more like Trump, which I think is the next step in the fucking the Trump pivot that he's doing currently, I think he needs to get a BBL